let's talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Because man, this movie has been doing numbers, and I don't think that anyone in their right mind doubted that it would. I think I've just been surprised by the scale of the numbers it's been doing. Okay, so number one, its opening weekend box office totaled $368 million worldwide, which surpassed Frozen 2's opening global box office total of 358 million, making Super Mario Brothers movie the biggest animated movie opening ever. Like, wow. I knew it was going to be big. I didn't realize it'd be that big though. And then as of today, as of recording today, Sunday, April 16th, the movie has passed $600 million worldwide, making it the highest grossing video game movie adaptation ever and the highest grossing movie of the year so far. Wow. Are you
Yeah, I
surprised
mean,
by that on any level?
uh, I mean, like, because the movie, the like box office and everything has been so volatile, stuff that was hits before public's not reacting to. So I don't know if I would have like guessed that it would be this high, just in the sense that I don't know if I would guess anything would be. But like, yeah, I mean, people like Mario, man, and it's been what I mean. There's never been any kind of competent movie, media franchise made of him outside of games. So it's like this makes sense on so many levels. It just had to be a not absolute disaster for it to be success. It could have still probably been relatively successful, even if it was an absolute disaster of a movie. The fact that
Mm.
it's like, yeah, you can watch it and not be mad about its existence. I just think that was more than good enough. And I think that's ultimately why they went with Illumination. It was just like they clearly understand what a lot of kids want out of kids movies. And from
Mhm.
what I understand about like the reviews and everything, there's not like a coherent plot really. It's just kind of like a wacky mix, but like kids don't care, man. Like that's 100% fine for a kids movie and have what they want out of their movies. They just want to be able to. There's a lot of that in here. So like good for them. Um, like the context of which I go see this movie was always just going to be with one of my nieces or nephews, and just the way it's broken out with our work schedule and everything, we haven't really been able to take them to do that. So I have
Yeah.
not seen it. I'm sure I will at some point, but for now, I'm all right. Like I have seen it.
So yeah, I saw it this past week with my girlfriend. I was waiting for her to get back because she wanted to see it. She was on vacation when we recorded the last episode. She's not on a vacation anymore, so we saw it this past Thursday. And here's my mini review of it of sorts. I enjoyed this movie. It's a really good movie. Let me add a quantifier onto that. Okay, if you go into this movie expecting a Pixar or Disney movie, lower your expectations, because if you go in expecting that with like character depth and development and deep themes and all like that, you'll be good. That's not here. If you go into this expecting just a fun Mario movie, you will have a good time. It is an enjoyable movie. It is definitely a kids. It's a movie for kids and also for the die-hard Nintendo fans. Like there's a litany of Nintendo related Easter eggs in this movie, not just strictly Mario. Like other Nintendo games make little Easter egg cameo type things in here. Um, the Mario references are out the wazoo, whether it be visual or audio, like um, little audio jingles that you'll hear. You'll be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I recognize what that song is." Um, one Nintendo reference in particular that I actually really liked. I'm not gonna say what this thing is, but it's Luigi's his phone ringtone. When his phone ringtone goes off, I was like, huh, what's that? Oh, I know what that is. That's cool. That's neat. Neat little touch right there. Um, so that's that. Let me say this about other aspects of the movie. Let me get this out the way. The elephant in the room, the voice acting, specifically Chris Pratt. Y'all were hating on the man for no reason. He was getting so much hate. Meanwhile, he did a damn good job as Mario, I think. Of course, it's not like, we all know it's not the game Mario, but for the Mario they were going for, like, I guess the Brooklyn Italian type voice, more realistic, grounded one, he did a solid job as him. Did a great job. Him and Charlie Day. Both did great
I
jobs
heard it
as
was
Mario and Luigi.
I heard everything was very just meh as far as outside of Jack Black as Bowser, who was just like absolute rock star. And like clearly put in effort, whereas a lot of it was just like celebrities just being like showing up and collecting a check, and it's like it's whatever, it's fine. It's not like they were trying to be bad on purpose or whatever, but it's also not necessarily good outside of Jack Black, who's like really playing it up.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say that like I wouldn't say that anyone outside of Jack Black, and then maybe Keegan Michael Key as Toad, like those two like killed it for sure. Like absolutely killed it. Seth Rogen, I feel like he's a great fit for Donkey Kong with just his natural voice. Like I don't think I I hear Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I'm like that's totally fine. That works. I don't need more than that from you. Um, but Jack Black and Keegan Michael Key, my opinion, are definitely the two voice standouts of the entire movie, of the entire cast for sure. Um, I don't think that's to say that anyone else was bad. I just think that, Chris Pratt did a good job. Charlie Day, good job. Everyone did a fine job. Chris Pratt he beat the allegations, in my opinion, that everyone was levying against him and his
yeah, I
for
mean,
his
I
vocal
don't like him as a
performance.
person, but but as long as it's a completely whatever fine performance, then yeah, no need
Yeah,
to like, no need to say it's worse or better than it is.
yeah. When it comes to the plot, you said like it doesn't have really a coherent plot. There is a coherent plot. It's just that the plot is so light that it's like, okay, how can I say this? Obviously, the plot in anything is a vehicle to get from one thing to the next to the next. It is very evident here that this is just a reason to go from this to that to that. Like you get what I mean? Um, but I mean, again, I went into this just expecting to have a fun time in the Mushroom Kingdom with Mario stuff, with Mario references, Mario platforming, whatever you want to call it. I just went into this expecting a lighthearted, fun Mario time, and that's what I got. Like, it was cool seeing them use different power ups, like even like little references to the way Mario runs in the games. Like, how I think he does it in Odyssey where he'll run and he'll put his arms behind him as he runs.
Yeah, I know he does
Like,
that in Odyssey for sure. I don't know if it's in other games.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Odyssey. Like, like that happens in the movie. I think maybe more than once, but that's only something that a Mario fan would actually be like, oh wait, that they're doing that on purpose right there. Like, so let's call back to how he actually runs the game and all like that. Where it was like little things like that. I just had a fun time with it and all. Um, I do think that the movie it sets itself up for a sequel, and then or sequels, I guess you could say if you want. Um, not in like any like, oh, here's where the movie's gonna go next, but it's like, all right, here's they could pick up on this point if they want to. They could pick up on that point if they want to in a sequel. Um, and I don't know, I just had a fun time with it. I will say the funniest thing in that movie, bar none, in my opinion, was one of the Lumas. There's a Luma in the movie. The Lumas, if you don't know, they are Rosalina, her little star creatures from Super Mario Galaxy. There was one of those in the movie. Um, for me personally, it was the funniest thing in the entire movie. The Bart, like, there are some other funny things in the movie. I got a lot of chuckles out of it. It wasn't like dying laughing throughout this movie. The Luma had to be dying every time it spoke. I will not say why, but it was hilarious for me personally. Um, but yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie for sure. Uh, for what would I want to see in a sequel? If I was, if we're getting a sequel, we're almost certainly going to get a sequel. What would I want to
They're not letting this
see?
cash cow die. Yeah.
No, definitely not. What would I want to see? It's tough for me to say as someone who likes Mario but is not like a diehard Mario fan. Um, but I would definitely like to see, more Mario characters that
Yeah.
we
It's
typically.
Waluigi and Wario. And if I swear to God, if Waluigi better be an It's Always Sunny cast member. Like I would say let Charlie Day do Nightman Dayman stuff just with Luigi and Waluigi, but I don't know if Nintendo and Illumination would go for that. But like go cast Glenn Howerton or Rob McElhenney for sure, as or even Danny DeVito would be fine
Yeah.
as Waluigi. Although Danny DeVito would be a great Wario. So
Hmm.
yeah, like that would probably be my casting, as I do Danny DeVito as Wario, and I would do probably Glenn, I think, who is Dennis from the show. Although
Okay.
Mac, who's Rob, might be fine as well. I would definitely do one of them uh as those two. And like that would just be my that's the list. I'll be more excited to see that movie if we get confirmed Waluigi and Wario.
Yeah. I think I'd be down for them to do to bring in, Rosalina, maybe go into space, go to galaxy, do some more with that. I mean, we only see one Luma here. Let's go to space, man. Let's see all these
I
other
mean,
different, places and everything.
potentially that does feel like a big jump though.
It does. Before like going to number two, that's more maybe like a number three type move right there. Um, let's see. One thing I was hoping to see, I was wondering if we would see, would be any Smash references in this game, in the movie. I was about to say in this game, in the movie. There were, I actually don't know. There might have been when Mario was doing like some fight moves. There might have been like, oh, that's how his move is in Smash. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I just think it'd be fun if there was like, no, we're actually gonna fight on a Smash stage right now. Like we're going to make a Smash stage. We're gonna throw hands on it. And just as another fun Mario callback right there, because I mean we got Mario Kart in this movie, which that sequence is actually pretty cool. I enjoyed that sequence. Um, but yeah, I guess the Galaxy Jump would be a fun one for me to see for them to do that. But I guess that's more of a third movie type of deal
Yeah.
right there.